Okay, here we go. Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live stream tonight. Michigan, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about the markets. I will move crypto around for you guys so you can see how it works. And I got a few tricks up my sleeve tonight. So thanks for joining me. Let's get this thing going. This is it. All right. Well, that didn't go off without a hitch then, did it? Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me here in the lair. Almost didn't make it. I usually like to start right at 6. But put a pizza in the oven and was like just at the very last minute. Had to pull the pizza out and get it cut for the family. So I just missed it by about half a minute. But I'm here. Thanks for joining me. It's been a crazy week. The title of the video is Bitcoin breaks 40,000. And last week the title of the video was Bitcoin breaks 30,000. It's like kind of weird. But anyway, I'm glad I'm here. Glad you guys are here. Let's jump over here and thank everyone who has joined us tonight. If you've never been here before, I'll do pretty much screen share everything that I do for you guys so that you can see it happening step by step. So let's pop out this chat here. And thank everybody that has joined. That was weird. Come back. Okay. So Scott Lee is here. Wonderful. Scott Glass is also here, who had some questions about generating an address on his ledger. We'll go through that tonight. I will go through that early on. Explore G20 is here, who wants my prediction for Ethereum. I'm not the investment guru guy. I'm more tech support, but if you want a prediction, I'll say that Ethereum will be a gazillion dollars this year. I don't know. I would hope that it breaks its all-time high of like 1,1600, something like that. We'll see. A lot of crazy predictions out there, but I'm not a financial advisor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I will explain how you can move ETH around, and that you can take to the bank if you need to move it from one place to another. Trebby, Scott, Don Thesis, cannot upgrade my Daedalus wallet. Can I uninstall and reinstall, get the update? Yes, you can. I can show you that real quick as well. Mountain is here. Welcome. David Howard is here. Want to gain some good reward? Check out the Wise token. Okay. All right. I have learned a great Joanne L. Welcome. David Howard. Let's see. Baltanu Gabriel. I like that name. That's cool. Hopefully I pronounced it correct. Hi Rex, can you give me a coupon code for Ledger or Trezor? I want to buy one. I do have. I used to have a personal one, but it expired. But I do. So I guess I can give you an affiliate link. While we're on the subject, I would like to gotta pull this up, make sure that I'm doing this right. Yeah, if you look down below the video, the one that you're viewing now on YouTube, on your computer or on your phone or however you're watching me, there is what's called a description, and down below there is a bunch of goodies that I have collected for you. The first is my link to the Ledger website, where you can buy a Ledger. Like I said, I don't have the coupon code anymore. They gave me one at the end of last year, but it expired, so I'm sorry I don't have one for you, but I always post them whenever they give them to me, and they usually will let me know ahead of time that they've got something going on, and they'll shoot me a code or whatever. So, keep posted on that. Crypto.com, of course, where you can download You can buy cryptocurrency online. You can trade cryptocurrency. You can stake your cryptocurrency. It's a iOS-based cryptocurrency exchange. They also have a debit card which can be attached to your account. What that will allow you to spend your crypto in the real world. And that is a paid announcement. They're one of my big partners. So I'll always talk about crypto.com, but I use them on a regular basis and I believe in them. So I'm going to keep shilling for them. It's been good for me. And I definitely use this card. You know, a lot of people wonder, how do you sell your Bitcoin? It's a great way to just like, boom, you trade your Bitcoin, you top up your card, you sell your Bitcoin, it's on your card, you go into the store, you buy something, right? Easy peasy. Got a Trezor link there for you guys, affiliate link. All of these affiliate links help me support my channel and all that good stuff. So if you're interested in any of these products, please click these links. Go through Kraken, Binance US. I did want to do the Coinbase twice. Looks like I did. Okay. I moved it up earlier. And we're going to go on Coinbase tonight a little bit. Brave browser. Now, these are great, helpful links here. Mastering Bitcoin. If you're not familiar with that book, it's by Andreas Antonopoulos. And it's a great book to... why isn't that pasting? Okay, did I not do that? Okay, let's try that again. Copy, paste. Hey, there we go. All right. Copy, paste. We'll talk a little bit about that tonight. I had some people asking me questions and having trouble copying and pasting. I don't mean to sound harsh, but if you're having trouble copying and pasting and wrapping your head around that, might want to have someone help you with cryptocurrency. But bless your heart, everybody out there trying to buy Bitcoin and whatnot. We got to learn to cut and paste, guys. Okay. And then, so you can download, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. You can read the book for free on the GitHub site by chapter. That's the first version of the book. And then, of course, you can also buy the book. And I'm not getting paid to promote this book. It's Mastering Bitcoin, man. It's like the penultimate book for Bitcoin. And then also, I just bought his new books. I know that they're new. The Internet of Money. There's 3 volumes right now. This is like this one, I believe, is the latest volume, volume 3. And they're basically just his talks. He does a lot of talking about Bitcoin. And they've just sort of put them down on paper, correct some of his factual errors and things that he quoted, names, dates, and that kind of thing, cleaned him up a bit. You kind of lose the liveness of his talk and his reactions with the crowd. But I mean, if you're looking for something to read on a rainy Saturday, it's a great book. It's more geared towards the layman as opposed to Mastering Bitcoin, which is, I mean, you really, this is if you want to know everything about Bitcoin. Anyway, let's move on. I think I've got everything. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, also down in that description are links to all of the news stories that we're going to cover tonight. All right. So before I jump into the news real quick, I'm going to do just a quick Ledger Live. The question was, I'm having trouble pulling up my Bitcoin address on my device. I'm not exactly sure. People ask me a lot of questions, and sometimes I get it right away. I'm like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. And I know what to tell them, right? I'm like, oh, yeah. All you got to do is this, right? Sometimes people ask me questions, and I'm still not sure what they're talking about. And so it's a little hard for me to answer the question when I don't quite understand what it is they're doing or trying to do. I've got a great example of that here in a minute. Let's turn on the secondary camera. So when your Ledger device is connected to your computer with a USB cable and you've got it, the pin is entered, right? You should be here on the home screen, right? Now, if you go into your any Bitcoin wallet and you say, okay, I want to receive Bitcoin, you need that Bitcoin address, right? You just hit continue here. It should appear on your device. Now, it's going to say, if you're not in the Bitcoin app, it should now say, open the Bitcoin app, right? You click both buttons and it opens, right? And then it should show you the address of the Bitcoin. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was fun. Okay. Why would it do that to me? I don't know. Oh, because that's the wrong. Now, I know exactly why that happened, because I have multiple Bitcoin accounts, and not every Bitcoin account is associated with the same device, right? Each of these Bitcoin accounts is dependent on the device. So that particular account that we were just playing around with is not associated with this particular device. So, come on. It's lighting, man. All right, here we go. So sometimes when people are saying, oh, it's giving me an error, I want to say, let's try that again. I want to say, are you sure you have the right device attached? But usually if it's a newbie, I'm assuming that they only have one device, right? There we go. There's our, why can't I get this closer? Okay. There's the Bitcoin address, right? Now, that is not strictly necessary. It is a great, verification step, right? But it's not necessary, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so there, I see the address on my device. I see the address in Ledger Live on my screen, and I match them. I know they're the same. I can copy that address into my clipboard, and then I can go over here to approve. And now I have the address in my clipboard. I can run over to an exchange and do a withdrawal to that address, right? So if it's telling you something's wrong, maybe you have the wrong device. Maybe the device isn't connected right. Maybe your cable is bad. Maybe you need to move to a different USB port. There's a lot of physical troubleshooting that you can do to try to figure out why the device is not communicating with Ledger Live. Sometimes the device is not communicating with your computer. So have you ever stuck a flash drive in your computer and have it not come up? And you're like, why won't this flash drive mount? And you pull it out, you put it back in again, you move it to another device, USB port, you reboot your computer, you do all this stuff, and then finally it comes up and you're like, what was up? Sometimes your computer glitches and just doesn't recognize USB devices that are attached to it, right? Sometimes that happens. So kind of just do your physical troubleshooting. Now, let me show you one more thing. If you already have a Bitcoin account set up and you've used it several times before, and you just do receive, you can hit continue and just say down here, I don't have my device. Oh, well, the device is attached. So let me get out real quick. Yeah. Let's do it quicker. So I'm not going to talk. All right. Receive, continue, don't have your device. All right. It's still going to pull up an address for you if you're desperate to get a Bitcoin address. The only problem with this is if you created this account and then you inadvertently reset your device and you set it up again as a new device, which a lot of people do, and then they create they think it's working, and then they send Bitcoin to this address, and then they can't get to it. They don't have access to it because they've wiped the previous configuration, and maybe they don't know where their 24-word recovery phrase is. You have to be very careful and very mindful how you when you're dealing with Bitcoin. It's a cruel master, a cruel mistress, however you want to think about it, because it's all numbers, right? You can't argue with math, right? If you set up a Ledger device, you set up an account, and you put some Bitcoin in there, and then you screw up this device, and you restart it, and you reconfigure it as new, all of the Bitcoin will be inaccessible unless you use the original 24-word recovery phrase that you wrote down when you first set up the device. It's a crucial step. And a lot of people, they're like, they write it down and then they toss it aside and then they pile mail on top of it or whatever. And then when it comes time, I'll say, do you have your 24-word recovery phrase? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'll look for it. You know, you can hear them rummaging, ransacking through their house. You need to put it somewhere where you won't lose it. Anyway, let's jump into the news. I know there's a lot of people here, but I wanted to get to that. We'll do more Bitcoin transfers here, and that is specific to a particular type of Bitcoin wallet, but the Bitcoin address is the key to moving your Bitcoin around. All right. All right, so traders, well, I did that one. Come on, now what? Okay, here we go. How Bitcoin hits 100,000. That's not the story I wanted to lead with, though. Ugh, doggone it. Come on, Rex. What are you doing here? Nope. Okay. Let's start with the first story in the list. If I can do this. Here we go. Here we go. Brace for impact after hitting 42K. Bitcoin price volatility may rise, right? We were talking about the price of Bitcoin early on. Last week it was Bitcoin breaks 30 and we were all, jumping up and down. And now it's Bitcoin breaks 40. And now we're still kind of jumping up and down. Although we've been jumping up and down for the last few weeks, and now it's just sort of surreal and exhausting. It just keeps going higher and you're like, I don't know what to think of next, right? Well, now it's getting volatile. All those of us who have been involved in Bitcoin and the crypto market for the last couple years, last several years, are well aware of the volatility in this market. It can change. You look away from your screen for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin is moved 1,001 up or down, right? Or 2,000 or 3,000. God knows, right? And as Bitcoin gets higher, the volatility swings will get bigger, of course, right? So when Bitcoin was, less than 10,000, and, it would go from 8 to 850 or 8 to 9 or 9 to, 750, it's like now we're like at 42, Bitcoin can swing, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 within half an hour sometimes. So you have to kind of be prepared for that. So especially now that Bitcoin's at an all-time high, right? You don't know what's going to happen when there's no ceiling, right? There's no resistance anymore. There's hardly any support, right? At the moment, Bitcoin is kind of consolidating, but you're going to see huge swings, right? So if you sit down and you buy Bitcoin, you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, and then, the next morning you wake up and you run to your computer screen and it's only worth $90. Don't get upset. That's just the way it is. Think of it as long term. And of course, if you're going to buy Bitcoin, remember, be prepared mentally for this volatility, and be prepared mentally to lose your entire investment, right? Don't mortgage your house to buy Bitcoin, right? Don't spend your rent money. Definitely don't spend your beer money, right? You don't want to, not have enough money for beer and then watch your investment going up and down, right? All right, so this is a great article. I invite you to check it out. It's going to talk about, now that we're at this point, there's going to be a lot of volatility up and down, right? We don't know where Bitcoin's heading next. There's a lot of chart and analysis, but like I said, we're in uncharted territory, right? Bitcoin has never been this high before, right? And then this one here, this happened today. Morgan Stanley boosts stake in MicroStrategy, opening the floodgates. Okay, so this is very big. These big firms like Morgan Stanley, Chase, all these big investment brokerage firms or whatever. This article talks about it's difficult for them to buy Bitcoin, right? It's not in their modus operandi, right? they have a certain way of dealing with things and finance, and they have procedures and strategies that have worked for them in the past. And to like run out and buy Bitcoin is not easy. We're going to talk about that story in a little bit. But so, and if they try to, they don't have the facilities to hold that kind of Bitcoin, right? Because it involves custody and private keys and all that stuff. And they're a firm, right? And more than one person needs access to it. I mean, it's like, it's very difficult, right? To hold Bitcoin. Because if one person knows the password, they can access it anywhere, right? If there's a recovery key floating around at a business, God knows. So anyway, and if they were to try to buy into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust Fund, then they would have to pay a premium because of regulations or whatever. But if they just buy stock in the company, MicroStrategy, then that's sort of a proxy for the price of Bitcoin, because MicroStrategy has put so much of their cash into Bitcoin now that the value of the company and the value of their stock is going up and down based on Bitcoin. And it's really just been going up since they started buying Bitcoin back in August, right? So every time the price of Bitcoin goes up, the price of MicroStrategy goes up. It's a publicly traded company. So Morgan Stanley can boost their level of stocks in MicroStrategy to sort of invest in Bitcoin, right? And this may not be the only company that does this, right? There might be other big companies that will think of, hey, why don't I just buy some stock in MicroStrategy? Because it tends to go up along with Bitcoin, right? And MicroStrategy is setting a good example for other kind of maybe shell companies or whatever that have cash. Any company has cash laying around, right? Could be Tesla, right? Tesla has a lot of cash on their books, right? And MicroStrategy realized, they're like, hey, you know, this is a losing proposition, holding cash, right? Because you're not getting a return on your cash, right? So if you're going to have cash around, maybe just put it into Bitcoin, because it's like cash, only it doesn't go down, right? Okay. So anyway, this is, who knows what can happen with this, right? So we're going to have other companies besides MicroStrategy realizing that, hey, we got cash laying around, let's put it into Bitcoin. And then you'll have a lot of bigger companies up higher on the food chain that are going to start buying stock in these smaller companies that are putting a lot of their value into, sinking a lot of their value into Bitcoin, right? And then Biden, our new president, is preparing a $3 trillion stimulus bill. He's talking about giving away $2,000 to everybody in the country, which is all well and good. We're all suffering from the lockdowns. You know, a lot of people have lost their jobs. So, you know, it makes sense in one fact, right? But it also, you know, the more you give a lot of, you pump a lot of money into the economy, things will change, right? A lot of people say it will lead to inflation, defaults, all kinds of things like that. People will take this money that they're getting and they might go buy Bitcoin with it, right? So, which is kind of what happened in mid 2020 when people were getting their stimulus checks. A lot of young people were using their stimulus checks to invest in stocks like Robinhood and whatever. And so this may happen with Bitcoin. This is good for Bitcoin, right? I don't know if it's good for the economy or good for the country in the long run, but we'll see, right? So you can check out this article. Let's get to this one. I like this article. It talks about whales. We've talked about whales a lot. If you're not familiar with the way Bitcoin works, it is transparent, right? It's not coded. It's not encrypted. It's not scrambled. Anyone can see what goes on the Bitcoin blockchain. People are under the impression that it's anonymous. It's not. You don't have to attach your name to a Bitcoin wallet. but it is public information, Bitcoin wallets, right? So, and it's not that difficult to put a name to a Bitcoin wallet, right? If you're the way the internet is set up, there's analytics and IP addresses and all that. So it's not really anonymous. It's pseudonymous. I can't say it. It means you don't have a name attached to it directly, but it's not that difficult to connect a name to a wallet, right? But we can watch big wallets, and we call big wallets whales, right? Most of the time, you're assuming that that wallet is controlled by one person or one organization. One organization may control more than one wallet. That's, obvious as well. But we can look at the behavior of large Bitcoin wallets and notice the flows, right? And in the past, right, when Bitcoin gets up to a high price, the whales will sell, right? Because they've been holding their Bitcoin for a long time and they have plenty to spare, and they're going to take profits, right? But what's happening now, which is different than in the past, is that the Bitcoin is hitting these all-time highs. These whales are selling, taking profits, but it's not, it cannot dim the rush, right? They'll buy, and then the market will come back, and then buyers come running in, right? So we don't know where, we're assuming that it's retail, could be institutional. You're seeing a lot of purchasing on Coinbase and that sort of thing. So Bitcoin goes up to 42, the whales sell, and then the sellers come back in, right? So pretty soon the whales are going to start to realize that, hey, maybe I should be holding my Bitcoin here, It just keeps going up. So every time let's say a whale has 1,000 Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin hits an all-time high, and he's all goody-goody, and he sells 50 of his 1,000 Bitcoin, which is a lot. Now he's only got 50 Bitcoin, right? And then when Bitcoin hits another all-time high, like Bitcoin hits 50,000, and then he's like, oh, okay, so then he sells 20 of his remaining 50, and he's all goody-goody, and then now he's only got 30 Bitcoin left, right? And then Bitcoin hits 100,000, and then he's like, ugh, maybe I shouldn't have sold that 50 at 30 or 40 or whatever, right? So I think that eventually the whales are going to start to, who knows though? But a lot of times people say the whales are selling high and then scooping more Bitcoin back up, right? But that only goes for so long, right? No one knows exactly the exact highs and lows, right? So you keep doing that, and a whale might get caught on the wrong side of a trade, right? Bitcoin gets away from you, right? And then you've got to bite the bullet and buy less than you had before because the price got away from you. Okay. All right. So I wanted to go through this story, think how well Bitcoin would be doing if you could actually buy it. Oh my God, it's 6:30. I can't believe it. We've talked so long. Anyway, go through the story. It's about a guy trying to buy Bitcoin, and he's really frustrated because he's trying a lot of things to buy Bitcoin, and some of it is transaction declined, stuff to do with his cards. So let me kind of set this up for you guys. The first obstacle that he's encountering is his mindset. He is like, I need to buy some Bitcoin now before it gets, So don't wait till the last minute to buy your Bitcoin. Be prepared, right? Prepare yourself, right? So basically I don't know how long it was, but he or she, maybe it's a she, I'm sorry. Maybe it's a she. So she decides, I want to buy some Bitcoin, but she hasn't bought it in like 3 years. So some of the debit cards are different now. She has to change her debit cards. She's also suffering from the disadvantage of being in New York, because New York is a very difficult state regulatory-wise for Bitcoin exchanges, right? There's not that many on-ramps in New York, right? So she's suffering from that, right? So, but when you're stressed out, it's not a good time to get yourself prepared to buy Bitcoin. So she's having some issues with trying to get cards approved. I think she mentioned she has to switch a card out in one of her accounts, and she's getting declined. And there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people like doing weird stuff, wash trading. I don't know, what they do, but they're generally like they go out and they set themselves up a fake ID. They get a fake card or whatever, and then they go try to buy Bitcoin. And so if you're coming in trying to buy Bitcoin, first time, brand new, never done it before on a particular card, and you try to buy a bunch of Bitcoin right away and then withdraw it right away, it looks suspicious, unfortunately, right? So you're going to get a lot of, you get declined, or your bank declines the transaction. My bank still will decline transactions that I use on crypto.com when I buy Bitcoin on crypto.com. And I've been buying Bitcoin on crypto.com for a couple of years now. But occasionally they'll decline, and I have to go, reply yes to a text or whatever to get it to go through. So but if you set up yourself ahead of time, and you've got your card set, you've got your card connected, you're aware of your limits or whatever, and then you buy Bitcoin periodically, it doesn't look so suspicious, right? So don't wait until the last minute to try and sit down and say, I'm buying some Bitcoin today. It's usually pretty easy, but you can run into problems like this, right? And we'll talk about that, right? And let's get through the news. Bitcoin is less risky the higher it goes, says Bill Miller on CNBC, which is kind of a weird thing to say. But I don't know what the logic behind that is. Usually it's the other way around, right? The higher it gets, the more risky it is. But he's talking more about the supply and demand, right? So the higher the price gets, that the more intense that supply-demand dynamic gets, right? There's lower and lower Bitcoin supply and higher demand, right? So it's a supply and demand issue that is sort of a feedback loop as the price gets higher, right? So I'm not going to cover that story too much. Let me see what everybody's asking, probably screaming. Rex, please answer my question. I would like to move some Bitcoin around. The Daedalus wallet. Let's get to that question real quick. So if you have the Daedalus wallet and it's installed on your computer and you would like to do a clean install of Daedalus, right? You're going to need to go into local disk C. Well, first of all, you can just do the remove program, right? Whoops, it's Daedalus. Okay. This is kind of weird. Okay. All right, so you can uninstall it in Windows, right? And that would probably be the first thing you should do is uninstall. If you're trying to install it clean, right? Just uninstall whatever's in there in Windows, right? In the apps area. Now, when you do that, though, there is a piece that's left. I don't know why Windows doesn't delete that, but it doesn't, right? So you'll need to go to your C drive. You'll need to go into your users folder. You'll need to go into a folder with your name on it, whatever that happens to be. And then there's a folder here called app data. And as you can see, mine's a little bit dim, right? If you don't see it at all, you need to go to View, Options, and then the View tab, and you need to show hidden files and folders and drives, right? So that you can, because it's a hidden folder by default, right? Go into the app data folder, go into the roaming folder, and then there's a Daedalus folder there, right? If you go into, it's alphabetical. This folder right here is where all of that information is on your wallet. All of your preferences, the blockchain data, all of that is in Daedalus mainnet folder inside your app data roaming folder. So if you just delete this folder out completely, then you'll be able to download the latest version of Daedalus and install clean. And there won't be any leftover information from your previous install, right? And you'll have to start, you'll have to sync up to the blockchain completely again, right? It'll take a lot longer on that first run. because you won't have any of the Cardano blockchain information on your computer. But that's it. That's the folder right there. Okay. Uninstall, reinstall Daedalus. Hurry up, Rex, before BT crashes below 40. You never know. I'm going to keep talking. There it is, 42.65, right? I think we're okay for now. Let's see. It could go down to 20 tonight. Who knows by the time this live stream is over. Do I plan on holding Bitcoin forever? I don't know. I don't know. Forever's a strong word. But I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon. I'll give you that. Now, I might sell a little bit, right? If, you know, for whatever reason. If the circumstances align. But I would continue to hold Bitcoin for as long as I could. I believe in Bitcoin. I might end up being able to spend it at some point. You might be able to buy a house with Bitcoin, or a yacht, or a motorcycle, or a lamp, or whatever with Bitcoin, right? People talk a lot about, you can't spend Bitcoin. It's not a, it's not a real currency because nobody accepts it, nobody spends it. They're all holding it. There will come a day where people are be like, hey, would you accept Bitcoin? They'll be like, yes, give it to me. I'll give you whatever I got behind the counter here. Just send me some Bitcoin, right? You can trade it for stuff, right? Are you a gamer? That's a nice rig. Yeah, I like playing games. I have spurts. I go on and off. But I enjoy building the rigs too. I built all the rigs in this house, and then whenever I get the urge to go out and get a new rig, then my wife and my daughter and my son get like the hand-me-downs, and they're so everybody's got a pretty decent rig in this house, right? I have a large amount of crypto and it's all on Exodus on my laptop. Is it time to move to a ledger? I prefer the ledger over the desktop-based wallets. Not bagging on Exodus. There's Atomic wallet, there's Bitcoin Electrum wallet, which are desktop-based wallets. The private key is stored on your computer. It is in encrypted format, but if someone gains access to your computer or gains access to, physically gains access, they get in your house, or there's a hacker and somehow he has remote access to the files in your computer, he might be able to get a hold of the private key of that wallet, right? Now, if someone breaks into your house and steals this device, they don't know the PIN, right? So it's a little more secure than being on your computer. So I like to hold my cryptocurrency on hardware-based wallets, like a Ledger or a Trezor, right? All right, what is going to happen to Ripple? I don't know. The price has recovered somewhat from its lows, so it's probably not going away. Finally got kicked off Binance. Not even VPN works. Scott, I'm going to talk about Binance tonight and what you can do to get your hands on some of those Binance-based cryptos, and also how to cash out some of those crazy cryptos that you bought on Binance now that you can't trade on Binance anymore. We'll talk about that. That's my special trick. I made some XRP purchases in the last few months, and in September, I had no idea how to purchase cryptocurrency, but I watched several of your videos. It went smoothly. I just wanted to thank you. Thank you, James Croft. I really appreciate that. I do. I appreciate it. Eduardo, what do you think about XRP and the new lawsuit? Binance and Coinbase are retiring that asset from the exchange. There's no getting around the fact that XRP is being delisted, and that is going to hurt XRP. If XRP has their day in court and wins against the SEC or whatever, I'm sure it will get relisted just as quickly as it got delisted. But at the harder it is to get your hands on an asset, and the harder it is to liquidate the asset, the less people want it, right? So great, I got a bunch of XRP, but I can't sell it on Coinbase. I can't sell it in Binance US or Crypto.com. So what good is it to me, right? So as long as it keeps getting delisted, things don't look great for XRP. But if you're a smart person, you can figure out how to sell it somewhere, right? But most people, like, trying to sell an asset like that without a normal regulated exchange is like, they're not going to want to do that, right? So it's not good. Okay. Do you store your ERC20 tokens on your ETH on Ledger Live? Yes, I do. You can store Ethereum tokens in your Ledger Live Ethereum wallet, and then also you can store ERC20 tokens in there. Although Ledger Live does not recognize every single ERC20 token out there, you might do better to use MetaMask. MetaMask is a more versatile wallet for ERC20 tokens. You can see more of the ERC20 token. And look, he's following me around, right? And then also MyEther Wallet is another good way to manage ERC20 tokens on the Ledger device itself, right? MyEther Wallet. You guys have seen me use MyEther Wallet too. It's has a little more features than Ledger Live. But if you just got Ledger Live and you're new, you can store your Ethereum wallet. You can store your ERC20 tokens in there. It'll work for most of the big ones, right? So, yes, I do that. But I can manage that same wallet in a different interface, right? I can look at the exact same wallet I was looking at on a MyEther wallet and see more of my ERC20 tokens in their interface. ETH hits 13 today. Okay, ETH's doing good. Let's buy some crypto and let's move it, right? So Scott Glass was here earlier and he was talking about trying to purchase some Bitcoin and move it, right? We want to be able to move our Bitcoin. Transferred uni from Coinbase to NanoX, wound up with $0 balance. Just because Ledger Live tells you it's 0 does not mean that the token is worthless, right? I have, well, I don't have uni in this wallet, but when I put Uniswap, the UNI in my Ledger wallet, it did not give me the correct price, right? Don't freak out. That doesn't mean that the value of the token has suddenly gone to 0. It just means that Ledger Live is not giving you accurate pricing information. Don't believe Ledger Live when it tells you that uni is worth 0. It's not. It's worth like $6 a token, right? Right? So who are you going to believe? You're going to believe CoinGecko and the current market, or are you going to believe Ledger Live, right? Ledger Live is a great wallet for storing your cryptocurrencies safely and securely, where the private keys are on this device. It's not a great portfolio tracker, right? But, it's a Swiss Army knife. But it's not that great at giving you accurate pricing information, and it's not really what I would use to track my portfolio. Yeah, it's nice that it kind of tells you, the total value of what you've got stored in there, and it's usually fairly accurate, but it's not always perfect, right? Look at this one here. Data coin, right? It's got a little line here. It's because it knows about data coin enough to say, I see it in your wallet, and that's how much you have in your wallet, but it's not smart enough to know what the current price of data coin is. There are a lot of coins like that. You put them in your Ledger-based wallet, and you look at it in Ledger Live, you're not going to see an accurate price. But don't think that suddenly Ledger Live has made your coin worth nothing, right? Just move your coin back to an exchange and sell it for the current market price, right? Yeah. Ledger Live doesn't like force coins to go down to 0 by holding them in there, right? It's just not giving you an accurate price information. All right, so I'm going to do Coinbase, right? First, we'll log into Coinbase. I have my password manager, and I need my two-factor authentication, my Google Authenticator. I'm going to do that too. Oh yeah, now I can check the basic fee. Hold on. All right, we're going to get in here. No, I checked the basic fee. All right, so I have some Bitcoin in here, right? And I would like to get it out and put it in my wallet, right? So I had someone, bless her heart, she was asking me about how to, I think she was doing XRP, but it's all the same, right? If you want to, let me see, what was she doing? She was trying to, I think she was trying to send to, right? So let's say I'm trying to send to Coinbase from my wallet. There's a little thing here. She was saying, oh, I'm clicking this, and then I'm going to Ledger Live, and then I'm pasting it in, and it's like it's not all in there. And I was kind of like, I don't know what you mean it's not all in there. Are you not, is it not pasting? Are you getting like half the address? This thing won't even do anything. Okay. I just couldn't quite understand what she was telling me. Was she like doing this? I don't know. Right? Maybe she was. Maybe she was like, okay, I'm gonna copy this into my clipboard. Come on. Like by doing that and then copying it and then going back over here and doing whatever. All right, doggone it. Come on, Rex. What are you doing? Wait, where are you running? What was she trying to? She was trying to move it from Coinbase into. All right, let's do this. I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh. Okay, I guess she was trying to. I don't know what she was trying to do. And she was doing that, right? I don't know. Something's right. Now I'm getting off track. But there's two little squares here. You just click that and it copies it into your clipboard. Oh, that's right. I was like, I said something about the clipboard and she goes, what's the clipboard? And I'm like, okay, the clipboard is an invisible area of memory in your computer where when you cut something, it goes in there. It's a temporary storage area of your computer, right? So, and I get it. You know, you can use a computer your whole life and not really quite, when someone says, move that into your clipboard, they don't know what that means. But copy, cut, and paste, you guys should understand what that's all about, right? So we'll copy over here. Anyway, I'm getting off track, right? So we're on Bitcoin, right? We want to send our Bitcoin to our wallet. So we're going to go over to our wallet, our Bitcoin wallet, right? And we're going to do a receive, right? We want to receive Bitcoin into our wallet. And I know this gets confusing too. Am I sending? Am I receiving? Am I sending? Am I receiving? Which one am I doing, right? Well, if I have Bitcoin on Coinbase, then I'm sending to my wallet, right? If I have an empty wallet or I want Bitcoin in my wallet, then I'm receiving on the wallet side, right? So let's hit receive, continue, don't have device. There's that Bitcoin address. I'm going to copy it into my clipboard, right? And then I'm going to go back over to Coinbase and I'm going to paste it by clicking. Okay, you click in there. You see that little blinking line there? That's called the I-bar or the text field, right? That means the field is editable. You can right click with your mouse and hit paste, and that pastes it in there, right? You can also click right there and then hit your control key, hold your control key down and hit the V button, and it pastes it in there that way too. I don't know if that's clear enough for people. I don't mean to be facetious here. Okay. We all know what cutting and pasting is, right? There's the Bitcoin address, all right? Now I can send all my Bitcoin and hit continue, and I will send the Bitcoin over to my wallet, right? But they're going to charge me a little bit here. Not much, but some, right? So can we avoid that? We could try, right? Let's try Coinbase Pro. Because someone asked me about Coinbase Pro, so I want to show you the interface in Coinbase Pro. Very similar. I'm going to log into Coinbase Pro. Now, with Coinbase Pro, if you have a Coinbase account, then you automatically have a Coinbase Pro account. So let's get ourselves logged in there. I'm already logged into my regular Coinbase account, so it just sort of automatically logged me into my Coinbase Pro account. All right. Now, at the moment, I don't have anything in here, right? You can see it's like all complicated and there's all this like trading stuff going on, but the fees are cheaper over here, right? And it's free, right? You're not going to, if you already have a Coinbase account, then you have a Coinbase Pro account. You don't have to pay extra to use Coinbase Pro, right? But let's make a deposit. What am I going to deposit? I'm going to deposit the Bitcoin that's in my Coinbase account. Although they are the same, I use the same username and password, they're not connected to each other, right? If I have Bitcoin in Coinbase, it doesn't automatically show up in Coinbase Pro and vice versa. I actually have to move it from one to the other. So let's go to Bitcoin, all right? And they're going to ask me, well, okay, where do you want to deposit your Bitcoin from? And I'll say, whoa, I got some Bitcoin on Coinbase, on regular Coinbase. So can I use that? And they'll say, yeah, sure. All right, so your Coinbase account to your default portfolio, let's max it out. You remember is like $78 worth of Bitcoin, right? Here it's only showing up as the actual Bitcoin, but that's fine. Let's hit deposit. And lickety split, I've got Bitcoin in my Coinbase account, don't I? All right, so now let's do a withdrawal. Let's withdraw Bitcoin. And this time we're going to withdraw to a crypto address. And what am I at? Didn't I just put that Bitcoin in there? Let's refresh. Well, I thought I did. Oh, yeah, there it is. Here we go. All right. So we're going to do the exact same thing, right? We already did this actually, but let's hit receive, continue, don't have your device. It's the same Bitcoin address, right? Because I haven't sent any Bitcoin using this address. This is a temporary receiving address, right? Ledger Live will always generate a new one for each transaction, but we haven't done a transaction yet, so it's going to keep generating the same one until we actually send some Bitcoin through, right? All right, so we got the address in our clipboard. Let's go back over to Coinbase Pro. All right, let's do a withdrawal. We're going to withdraw the Bitcoin, and we're going to withdraw to a crypto address this time. We're not going to send it back to our Coinbase account. Let's click and paste. Now, this is, a lot of people get confused here. It's like, it's here, but you can't just go down here. You got to say use this. I know it's weird. You say use this address, then it fills in, and then it checks it to see if it's a valid Bitcoin address. All right. And then we can double check the eyeball. Let's look it up. BC1QBG blur blur. It looks very similar to this one. BCGDEGFF Liz. Yeah, that's it. It's the same one. All right. Let's get this out of the way. Let's do max. All right. Let's get all that Bitcoin that was in there. And then we'll hit withdraw. And it wants my two-factor authentication. So it's going to need the two-factor authenticator code for my Coinbase account, right? So if we look here, I have a Coinbase code. It's the same in Coinbase Pro, right? 515817. Withdraw. So you don't need a second code for Coinbase Pro. It's the same Google Authenticator code. My withdrawal has started, right? Who knows? It might take it all night. All right. But that was it, right? I guess Scott Glass was having some issues with getting the address from his Ledger Live. But as you notice, I just got the address without even querying the device. We had done it earlier, right? Receive, continue, don't have device. There's the Bitcoin address. That's all you need. Not quite as secure as actually pairing it to the device, right? Because you might have that issue where it's not the same device that you're thinking it is, or you reset the device or whatever, right? While we're kind of on the subject, I'd like to talk a little bit about Ledger Live. And I jotted some notes down here. Pitfalls. A lot of people have a problem where they accidentally reset their device for one reason or another. The device hangs, right? I'm just going to take this one. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Right. I wanted to show you guys what happens, right? So let's say I'm in here and I'm trying to enter my PIN, right? And let's see how we do this. Invalid, right? Invalid. Invalid. Device reset. Boom. Okay. I don't know what to do now. I guess I gotta like do that. No. Okay, there we go. Device reset. Okay, I got it. That's what it says. I'm trying to get it to like show me. Just give me a second. I'll just like. All right. Okay. Well, you're like, okay. Well, what do I do now? All right. The black button, right? We want to try to hold that thing for a second to try to turn this thing off. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to power it down. All right. Now I'll go ahead and power it up. Now what I did there is I held both buttons for about 2 seconds, 3 seconds to get to that control center where I was able to power down the device. The reason I'm doing that is I want you to see what the device looks like when you first turn it on and it's brand new. This is what happens, right? If this ever happens to you and your device, pardon me, you either enter the PIN incorrectly 3 times or the device bricks up when you're trying to do a firmware update. It happens, right? It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen occasionally. Or whatever. Whatever people do, right? Sometimes people do things that are very unexpected, like plug it in, unplug it, do something crazy, and the device just like freaks out and goes, I don't know what to do, right? Does a full reset, right? So here we go. This is what you see when you first open up the device, right? And here's the mistake that people make. They say, my device reset when I was in the middle of something. And then I turned it back on again. I got this welcome screen, right? You have to kind of scroll through it. Gives you some instructions. Okay, hold both buttons, blah, 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 blah. All right, they get here. And they think, okay, I need to set this guy back up again. So I'm going to click both of these buttons and set it up as a new device. And then it starts giving them words. And then they write all the words down. And then they dutifully write all the words down. And then they go back over to their Ledger Live. And now every time they try to send Bitcoin, it says something went wrong, right? Because what happened was they set the device up as new, when what they should have done was recover with their 24 words that they wrote down originally, right? I've talked to so many people, and I'll say, did you write down a new set of words? And they'll say something like, well, yeah, that's what it told me to do. I'm like, well, sort of, right? What you really need to do is you need to skip this screen and go to this screen where it says restore from recovery phrase. And then go get that 24-word recovery phrase that you wrote down when you first bought this device. And you need to enter the 20, it'll walk you through the whole process, right? It'll say, okay, enter word number 1. And it's a hassle, right? You've got to use the buttons to like spell the words out. It's a real hassle. But if you got $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, then take a deep breath and do your restore, and you'll be fine, right? The 24-word recovery phrase is the master private key. You cannot lose your Bitcoin if you hang on to that 24-word recovery phrase, right? So, but don't set the device up as new when it gets accidentally reset, right? You're just creating a new configuration with another 24-word recovery phrase that is totally unrelated to your accounts in Ledger Live. So I just wanted to go over that. I know a lot of people like fall into that trap. Please don't do that, right? And then, let me see what's here. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about with Ledger Live tonight. I had someone that, I don't know how they did it, but they had toggled, somehow it was toggled into discrete mode. And she was like telling me, it's all gone. All my accounts are gone, she kept saying. It's gone. And so I was like trying to help her. And I said, did you restore your device? And she goes, yeah, I restored my device, but everything's gone. I can't connect to anything. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't connect to anything, right? And I had her connect her device and do an add account. And then she finally sent me a screenshot, right? And I saw the add account that there were 2 dim accounts that were already in Ledger Live. And I said, those 2 accounts that are already in there. I said, but then I also noticed that they had asterisks on them. And I said, I think you're just in like hidden mode. I said, go up to the top and click the little eyeball at the top. And then she replied to my email, it's all there. It's back. And I was like, oh. I had like gone back and forth with her for like 2 or 3 emails trying to like help her like recover. See, but I didn't understand what she was trying to communicate to me until I saw the screenshot, right? So, yeah, there's lots of things that you can accidentally do in Ledger. Also, another thing someone had mentioned, they're like, how do you hide tokens, right? So let's say this data coin, right? I really don't want to see it. It's worth something, but it's like kind of irritating. And this OX, I don't need to see that either. It's just like spare change. So why don't we just hide these, right? You can right click on them and just choose hide token, right? And then we can right click and choose hide token and right click and choose hide token, right? But someone had also asked me, how do you unhide your tokens, right? Apparently he wanted to take a look at one of the tokens that he had hidden. So how do you unhide your tokens? Okay, well, you just go over to your settings and then you go to your accounts, and down here where it says hide hidden tokens, you can just click here and then you can see all of the tokens that I have hidden, right? So we'll just un-X them and they'll show back up when we go back over to our Ethereum, but not right away. Sometimes it takes a while for them to show back up again. It's just kind of a pain. But they will eventually come back. Sometimes you have to exit Ledger Live and come back in, and blah, 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 but they're not gone. They're just hidden, right? And then you can always access your ERC20 tokens through other interfaces, right? You can go over to MyEtherWallet. Right? You can access your Ledger-based wallet through MyEtherWallet. Let's hit hardware. Let's hit Ledger. Let's hit continue. Let's choose the correct derivation path for Ledger Live. All right. It's always a good idea to connect your Ledger. That ledger that I wiped was an older ledger, so this is the one that, this is my go-to one here. Oops. Let's enter our PIN.
Alright guys, BRB. BRB guys.
Okay, I want to get to the Binance problem.
I mine it.
Alright, let's go back here.
You have no idea. In Michigan, it like rains for uranium.
My daughter is on
No,
her.
that's only in like one city.
Okay, we need to be in the Ethereum app, right? You need to be in the Ethereum app, so let's get in the Ethereum app. Right. Okay, there it goes.
Yeah, Grand Rapids.
All right, now there is the Ethereum address that we were managing in Ledger Live. We'll click on that. We'll hit the little tick box, and then we'll hit Access My Wallet. Notice we are looking at the exact same wallet, just from a different interface. So here's Ledger Live. I've only got 7 tokens here. I hid them and unhid them, but they're not showing up yet. Right? We can even try synchronize. Maybe that'll work. But they're not gone. They're just hidden, right? I can look at them over here. There's the CRO, there's the BAT, there's the data, the DAI, the ZRX, the link, like the really small ones. Now, there was MCO, I believe, and data, right? So what about those? Let me turn this camera off here. What about those that I know are there, right? Let's go to MCO. Right, there it is. I need to hit load. That's 0. Okay. What was that? Data? Was that one? Data?
Is this
Oh, there it is right there. Okay. All right. So let's go back here. It's going to show up. I could have sworn there was like some MCO crumbs in there. I guess I was. Oh, it is a new ledger. So I didn't transfer those over to my new ledger. But there we can see all of the ZRX, remember? There was only like 10 ZRX, and it was worth like 6 cents or 7 cents or whatever. The link, right? So they're all there, right? We're just looking at them in a different interface, right? And then, of course, I can't forget Crypto.com. I want to, let's do Crypto.com real quick. I'm going to go to Crypto.com, and Bitcoin is still over 40, guys. We're in good shape. All right, I'm going to take this $51 in CRO. When you recommend Crypto.com to your friends, and they stake a card, you're going to get a $25 bonus. And so I get those bonuses occasionally, and I just kind of let them sit in here. Now, I could take this CRO and trade it for Bitcoin and then top up my card if I wanted to put more money on my card, right? Or let's go back. First of all, let's tap the CRO. Let's choose Sell CRO, and I'm going to sell it all for Bitcoin, right? I'll hit Sell CRO. I'll confirm that. And then I'm done. Easy peasy, right? You'll also accumulate CRO from your cashback on your card, right? So when you use your card, you're going to get rewards in CRO. And people are like, oh, what's CRO? What good is having CRO? Well, you can easily, you saw how easy it was. I just sell it for Bitcoin, right? Now that I've got Bitcoin, I can go to card, I can go to top up, and then I can top up that card $50. Well, let's do 49, right? Easy, right? That $49 is now spendable in the real world. It's on my secured debit card, right? But let's not do that. Let's go ahead and just withdraw the Bitcoin to our own wallet. So I'm going to tap Bitcoin. I'm going to hit transfer. I'll choose withdraw, and I'll choose external wallet. And I already have whitelisted the new ledger address, right? Now, interesting, let's check. I want to show you something real quick. If I go here to this new Bitcoin and I choose receive 45S3,
I'm also recording. So
right. That's not that same, it's not the same address, but the Bitcoin wallet generates multiple receiving addresses. So old receiving addresses will continue to work. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so let's hit withdraw BTC. Let's withdraw the max. and then we'll tap withdraw.
Okay, what's your credit card number?
Ah, not enough. I forgot about that. Bitcoin is worth so much now that I guess they had a 0.3, and this is like 0.01, right? It was like $50 worth of Bitcoin was 0.003 before. Well, then it was like, it had to be like $80 worth of Bitcoin to be like 0.03. Well, now let's find out how much that is worth right now.
Nevada sounds
0.003.
Nevada sounds kind of
That's $121. That's the minimum to withdraw now. It's just getting crazy. The world is getting crazy out there, right? So I can't really do my withdrawal. Can't demo the withdrawal. But you saw I could at least top the card up, right? So I'll just wait till I get some more rewards, and then I'll sell those for Bitcoin. Sell them into Bitcoin or move them, or whatever. Could be Ethereum, could be anything else.
No.
All right, so before I get into the Bittrex thing, or I'm sorry, the Binance thing. All right, so Binance. All right. So those of you who are have been around a while are probably familiar with Binance. It's a great cryptocurrency exchange, right?
Yeah, I know, but my V's have to
All right, let's get in. 958 642. All right. All right. They don't like me anymore, right? I'm in the U.S. I can't use their platform anymore, right? So I can't verify my identity because I'm in the U.S., right? They're going to reject me if I have a U.S. address, right? So I'm just going to say not now. Now, you are able to withdraw your crypto, right? It looks like I got about $8 worth of crypto in here. And they will let me withdraw it. Why do I keep getting BNB? That's weird. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm still getting referrals, right? A lot of I've got like 400 YouTube videos, and a bunch of them have my Binance referral code. So, and everybody that signed up for Binance through my link, they're still giving me rewards. I wonder about that. That's kind of weird. Because I was in here earlier and I withdrew a bunch of BNB. Not a bunch, but like 2 BNB. And I was like, okay, I cleaned the account out. There was like 49 cents left. Well, now there's more in there. Okay. But that's not really why I'm going to... But here's the thing. You can buy a lot of cryptocurrencies on Binance, right? So now we're kind of cut off from that. So what are we going to do? How are we going to buy all these cool coins that are listed on Binance but nowhere else, right? Or more to the point, what are we going to do if we have some of these cool coins and we need to cash out through Binance, right? What are we going to do? Well, there is a way, right? And that way is Binance US. And you may laugh and say, oh, come on, Rex, Binance US only has like 15, 30 cryptocurrencies. Right? How am I going to cash out through Binance US? Yeah, I'll show you. All right, here's Binance US. Well, there's a little coin that you may have heard of. Can you guess? Let's get into the wallet here. There's a little coin you may not have heard of called BNB, which is the Binance coin. So you can deposit Binance coin in your Binance US account. What was I gonna do? I was gonna like.
Who were that?
Yeah. That's okay. I'll just leave it in here. I was going to do something else earlier, but all right. So, all right. So let's go over to, let's go back over here. Let's open up our MetaMask wallet.
No.
All right. This is my Pancake wallet, right? Now notice it says Binance Smart Chain up here, right? If we go to the Ethereum mainnet, all those tokens disappear because I'm using a different network. I'm on the Binance Smart Chain, right? So if I'm on the Binance Smart Chain and I've got all this BNB in here, well, what if I need to cash out? What am I going to do? Well, I could transfer this BNB into Binance US and then sell it for trade it for Bitcoin or sell it for cash and then cash out, right? But this is Binance Smart Chain BNB. This is a little different than regular BNB. So what am I going to do? Well, first of all, let's say, okay, let's go over to here we go. Sorry, guys. All right. So we're on Binance, our Pancake Swap, which is a Binance Smart Chain DeFi platform, like Uniswap, but it's on the Binance Smart Chain. Well, I got a lot of coins on here, right? How am I going to get rid of these coins? Let's try, I don't really want to sell that one. I'll sell a little Pancake. Actually, I'll just buy it and then sell it, right? We'll just assume that I had it before. Okay. No, we'll sell some. All right, let's go over to the, oh, notice they've redesigned their site now, right? Let's go over to pools. All right, as you can see, I'm staking cake, right? I have cake staked and I'm earning cake. That's pretty cool. Let's just harvest that 16 cake just for the heck of it. Gonna harvest it. We'll confirm. Notice I can also compound it, which means I can harvest it and then restake it in one operation, right? Before you would have to harvest and then you would have to restake the 16 that I just harvested, right? I don't have to do that anymore, right? I used to have to do this. Okay, now I want to stake the 16. Well, compound does that in one button, right? But we're going to take that 16 cake and we're going to sell it. How are we going to do it, right? Well, I don't have access to Binance anymore, right? Binance, where are we? This Binance, right? Cake. Binance has cake. Man, if I could just use Binance, I could sell that cake. Well, I can't use Binance anymore. They won't let me, right? I tried earlier. They won't let me. I got into, originally when I got into the account earlier, I was like, oh, I have some BNB. Let me sell some BNB for whatever. I was going to buy Mithril or something. And then I went to the trading interface and I clicked sell. And it was like, you're in the US. We won't let you sell anything. But we will let you withdraw. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll withdraw. Yeah. All right, so what am I going to do? How am I going to sell this cake? Okay, let's go back over here. There's this really cool little extension that you can get for your Chrome browser called the Binance Chain Wallet. All right. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and sell that cake, right? So let's just assume, let's go to trade. Let's sell that cake. All right, there's that, it's not cake, there. 16 cake, it's nothing, right? And I'm going to sell it for BNB, of course. Why? Because I can sell BNB, I can cash out my BNB on Binance US if I just do a couple little steps. Right? So max, all right, it's 0.2 BNB. It's not that much. Whatever. First I approve it. I thought I'd sold cake here before. Oh, this is a new wallet. I've done mine. So I'm going to approve it for 4 cents. Okay, yeah. You have to spend a little to make a little, right? Don't get all caught up in the fees. Now I can swap, right? I'm going to get that 0.2 BNB. I'm going to liquidate my cake, right? The cake that I just harvested. That swap should become active here in a sec. Any day now, it should become active. There it is. All right. So we're going to swap our 16 cake for our 0.2 BNB. Let's hit swap. Price impact, all this good stuff. It's just like Uniswap, right? We'll confirm it. We'll sign it with our wallet. And then we'll close. For those of you who are like, what is he doing? How is he using Binance Smart Chain? All that stuff. There's a great video that I did step by step that will explain exactly how to do all this. How to set up your wallet for Binance, your MetaMask wallet for Binance Smart Chain, right? Paste. All right. All right, so now what we did was we've got that extra cake now. Or I mean, now the cake has become BNB. And there's that 0.2, right? All right, so how are we gonna get this BNB in the right format for Binance US? I'm gonna use this handy dandy little tool called the Binance Chain Wallet. It's an extension that you can download. I think I have a link for it down in the description here. Let's go back. I believe I've got a Binance Smart Chain extension right here, the Google Chrome wallet, right? If you want to download it for your browser. All right. So let's open up the Binance Smart Chain wallet. Let's log in. All right, so I need to, I can go between the chains, right? I can go between Binance Smart Chain and regular Binance, right? So we're going to go to Binance Smart Chain, right? We're going to receive, copy that into our clipboard. All right, we're going to take our 0.2 BNB and we're going to send to that Binance Smart Chain address, because this is a Binance Smart Chain wallet, right? 0.2. And then we'll hit next. And we'll confirm that. And that should go down to like 40 now in a second, if I did that correctly.
Actually, with the present,
did I?
You were able to get a star jelly if you gave Brown Bear a present, but that was from 2018.
There it goes. Okay. So I just sent it over here. All right, there. It's like a little more than there was. Now I'm going to go over here. Binance Chain. This is a regular Binance. I'm going to do a receive. Copy that code into my clipboard. Actually, I could have done it up here too. Now I'm going to go back over here to my Binance Smart Chain, and I'm going to send to that address. Notice it realizes I'm doing a cross-chain transfer, right? Let's do 0.2, right, just to keep this consistent. We'll hit send. All right, now we've converted that Binance Smart Chain BNB into regular BNB. Now we can go back over here to the regular Binance Smart Chain network. Now let's go over to our Binance US. Right, Binance US. We're back in the lovely US of A. Right, I'm going to do a deposit. I need both. Oh no, I don't think this thing will do that, will it? Let's see. It should. Wrong browser. Pardon me. I think it does. So many steps. Come on, Rex, you can do it. Okay. Yeah, I got a memo field. All right. So let's go back over here. I understand. I'm going to hit continue. I understood. All right. Here we go. Here's our BEP2 address.
Hello.
Right? And here's our memo.
I like took a drink of my Pepsi like not like a while back, and I put it upside down. So that was
And there we go. And we're going to do 0.2. Oh, there's a 0.2. There we go. All right, we're trying to keep this consistent. Let's hit send. We'll hit send again.
Because I didn't put my hand there. Okay.
Now I'm sending the proceeds from that sale into my Binance US account. My daughter's over there having a good time. All right, let's go back over here. Let's go to deposit and withdrawal history. Let's go to crypto. Boom, there it is, 0.2. All right. So what did I do? I'm over there playing around with Binance Smart Chain, buying all these cool new tokens that are coming out, that are just coming out on the market. And I'm just jumping into these cool tokens and everything. And I made a bunch of money on cake, right? And then I'm like, oh crap, I can't sell cake anymore because I don't have access to Binance, right? So what did I do? I went over to a DeFi exchange based on the Binance Smart Chain. I sold my cake for BNB, Smart Chain BNB. I converted it to regular BNB. I deposited it in my Binance US account in the US, and now I can sell it. I don't know what Uncle Sam is going to think about all that, but I'll leave that to your accountant, right? Okay. Binance US is not allowed Hawaii yet. Huff, huff, huff. Is there anywhere else you can sell BNB? Does anybody accept BNB besides Binance? That is rather distressing, right? This whole narrative falls apart if you can't access Binance US. Okay. Not really, huh? Just like a bunch of little small ones. KuCoin. You can trade on KuCoin in the US. As far as I know, it's not a US based exchange, but as far as I know, they don't ban you for being from the US. KuCoin, it's a decent exchange. So you could liquidate your BNB on KuCoin, pardon me, and you would go through the exact same process of converting it to the regular BNB on KuCoin, right? Hit BTC. There's some DEXs here. Now, another thing you could do is anything you can get into convert to Bitcoin, then you can deposit in Coinbase, right? If you can convert it to Bitcoin. Now, in that scenario, that was not going to work. But you could. There is Bitcoin-based Binance Smart Chain, which you can convert to regular Bitcoin using Binance Bridge. Let me show you that, Scott, just in case, and then I'll move to questions here. There's got to be some questions. Whoops. Oh, okay, over here.
Stop.
There is a thing called Binance Bridge. I believe that's it. Okay. They don't like people from the US, but you can use a VPN, right? They're not, because it's kind of an anonymous swap kind of situation, right? You could also use, so I'll just put it, that is a way to convert coins from Binance Smart Chain to regular Binance, right? But it doesn't have all of them, right? There's not a bunch of them, but the big ones, right? So if you're using a small obscure coin that you want to cash out, you would sell it for like Tether or ETH or BTC or something of that nature, right? And then you could also use I keep getting my browser screwed up here. Oh, come on, Rex. You can do this. CoinSwitch Pro. I believe CoinSwitch Pro will allow you to use BNB. Yes. All right. Oh, it even lets you use Smart Chain BNB. Did you notice that? That's pretty cool. Oh, no, that's different. That's ERC based. No, you don't want to stay away from that. All right. If you have normal BNB, right, then you can use CoinSwitch Pro to buy whatever, right? It could be BTC, right? As long as you got a BTC wallet, you're good to go, right? If you don't have access to Binance US and you've got BNB, then you can use CoinSwitch Pro. Hopefully they'll allow that in Hawaii, right? Or you could use a VPN and use the Binance Bridge to do some converting, right? You could actually buy Binance Smart Chain based Bitcoin, right? Like, let's go here. Let's say I want BNB and I want to buy BTC, right? This is Binance Smart Chain BTC, but I could sell my BNB. Is there any liquidity? Sometimes you have to, there it goes. So I could buy Binance Smart Chain based BTC on PancakeSwap, or there's lots of different decentralized exchanges that you can use. Where was that thing?
Did you get a royal
DeFi Station. Right? DeFi Station will list all of the top Binance Smart Chain based DEX, right? So you could use any of those DEXs to actually buy BTC and then use the Binance Bridge to swap it out, right? I forget how you do. They've changed the interface a little bit, but this is, you can peg in and peg out is the terminology they use.
I have 2 fire bees. I don't even need it.
Right. Oh, this is Binance Bridge. Okay, yeah. So you have BTC and you want to move it from the Binance Chain Network to the Binance. Yeah. Anyway, it can be done. Sorry. They changed the interface. I was like, what? I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's one way around the whole Binance problem. You got coins that you may have bought on Binance and now you can't sell them. There are ways around it, right? The key is Binance Coin, right? Go to a DEX, sell whatever exotic coin you want for Binance Coin, and then that can be deposited in your Binance US account if you have Binance US, or you can swap it on like another DEX for Bitcoin, which you can deposit in your own wallet, and then you can cash that out anywhere, right? Coinbase, Crypto.com, anywhere that you can deposit Bitcoin just about anywhere and cash out. They say nobody accepts Bitcoin, but if you got Bitcoin, you can get it sold for cash if you want it, right? So I call that a currency. You can convert Bitcoin to cash any day, anytime, 24/7. Also, Trust Wallet DEX. Okay, that's a good point too. If you've got Trust Wallet, let me get into this real quick here. All right, so let's say you got Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet is a very versatile wallet. It's phone-based, right? You download it to your phone, and then you can store crypto in here, right? It's very versatile. You can deposit Bitcoin in here. See, it supports Bitcoin, right? And then it has its own little DEX built in, like down there at the bottom, right? You can swap different ERC20 tokens from within here. And you can even do, I don't think you can do Smart Chain.
In real life, no way.
Well, let's see. Oh my God, you can,
No.
right? So you can actually swap your Binance Smart Chain tokens for
Okay, what happened after?
other tokens, or vice versa, right? I could sell that coin for Binance Smart Chain, and then convert the Binance Smart Chain to regular Binance, and then cash out, right? Or whatever you want to do. Also, you can do regular Binance, right? Let me see, BEP2, right? There's a BEP2, the regular Binance, and just kind of keep an eye on what your like here. You can see down below. This is BEP20. That's Binance Smart Chain. BEP2 is regular Binance, right? So just, I mean, it's not for like beginners, but for those of us who have been around and Binance has now cut us off, there are ways around it, right? Trust Wallet is actually owned by Binance, right? So, and Trust Wallet is, it's a non-custodial wallet. You get a 12-word recovery phrase. If you lose your phone, you can restore the wallet with your seed phrase. Your crypto is safe. And then there's a lot of versatility there. You can swap, and you can't really cash out from here. But if you cash it out, if you swap to, well, there's really no way to swap to Bitcoin on this, right? They won't let you swap to regular Bitcoin, but you can get pretty darn close, right? You can swap out to Ethereum, and you can sell Ethereum anywhere too, right? You can, if you have Ethereum in this wallet, you can deposit it in your Coinbase account, easy peasy, right? Just send it to Coinbase and cash it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Bro,
So once you kind of wrap your head around how cryptocurrencies move back and forth and how you can trade them on DEXs and on your wallet, phone-based wallets and phone-based DEXs, then you can cash your crypto out, right? All right. Let me try to get to, I've been rambling on and on and on about something that most of you are like, what the hell is he talking about? I just want to buy some Bitcoin. It's weird and scary when you realize you don't really have free access with some of this stuff. BNB is only on Binance. Well, I think we just explained that you can trade BNB for all kinds of other coins. And it is on Binance US, right? I think that was probably before. And I think we determined that you can also get BNB on some other exchanges besides Binance, right? Hit BTC. I have a, what was that, KuCoin. Anyone can open a KuCoin account. Hi, Rex. I've always wondered, say, if a wallet like, for example, Monarch were to get taken off the App Store or branded, will I still be able to access my funds through the app? As long as the wallet that you downloaded has a 12-word or 24-word recovery phrase, you'll be able to recover that seed to a different wallet. Like if they remove like that wallet from the App Store and you can't access it anymore, then you should be able to recover. You could recover a 12-word seed phrase into Trust Wallet, and Trust Wallet's probably going to be around for a while. But any phone-based wallet that gives you a recovery phrase, you shouldn't worry, right? There'll always be a way to recover the crypto based on that 12-word seed. Whoops. It's an industry standard. It's mathematical, right? So if I have a 12-word recovery phrase, let me just generate a random one, right? I could take that 12-word recovery phrase, put it in this mnemonic code, and get private keys for multiple coins. Like, okay, here's Bitcoin, right? And then down here is a private key for Bitcoin, which I could sweep into any number of Bitcoin wallets, right? Or I could, down here I can change coins, right? I could take that, if there was ETH in my Monarch wallet, right? I could switch that. Now this is like advanced stuff, but I'm just trying to explain to you that if you are given a recovery mnemonic phrase, then there is always a way to recover that crypto. There's probably another multi-coin wallet out there that would make it very simple to just import the whole mnemonic phrase into, like Trust, right? You can import the 12-word phrase into your Trust wallet and bam, all your coins would show up because Trust is a multi-coin wallet. If you lose access to Monarch or whatever app you're talking about that could possibly get banned, right? As long as you have a recovery phrase, you will always have access to that crypto by hook or by crook. So don't worry that you downloaded a wallet and then, oh my God, what if they take this wallet out of the App Store and then I'm left hanging, right? You have your 12-word recovery seed phrase, right? That's how you get your crypto back. And is the seed phrase just for a specific app, or can it be recharged otherwise? Yeah, you can use it for any, I mean, different wallets have different recovery methods, but like I said, 12 and 24-word recovery phrases are industry standards. You'll find a wallet that you'll be able to use. Do you own the keys? This is the key right here. This is the key. Bam, that's it. That's why this recovery phrase is so important to keep secret. Don't show it to other people. If you're going to use this site here, you'd want to download a copy of it and run it offline while you're disconnected from the computer to generate these keys, right? But anybody, this is one. This is a random one, right? I just generated a random one, right? This one's, of course, it's empty. I just generated a random one. But if I were to use this to recover into a wallet, it would be empty. But then if I moved any crypto into that wallet, anyone that saw this could take that crypto, right? Even your ledger, right? That's the ledger scam. People are worried that they're going to get they'll go, oh, I don't trust Ledger anymore because guys are stealing crypto out of the ledgers. They're not. They are not stealing crypto out of the ledger devices. Impossible. What they are doing is they are sending phishing emails to ledger owners. They're stealing the crypto from here. They're tricking you into providing that 24-word recovery phrase. Right? The ledger gives you a 24-word recovery phrase. These words can be used to restore to an alternate wallet. And once that happens, they have your crypto. Right? Do not ever give anyone your 24 or 12-word recovery phrase. That is the key. That is the private key. It is an English readable format of the huge, long private key, which is just basically a long number, right? It's cryptography, right? Private key is a huge number. And then the public key is also a huge number. And they're so huge that in order to derive the private key from the public key requires mathematical calculations that would take hundreds, thousands of years, right? Huge prime numbers. Right? But that huge prime number is in English readable format. I think there's a little bit, I don't want to go too far into this, but I don't remember where it is. There's a word list.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure if I can find it. But there is a word list. There it is. Bam. Move to a separate document. Okay, here we go. English. All right. Each and every single one of these words that you see in these seed phrases represents a number, right? Of course, these are our numbers, right? the cryptography uses the binary numbers, right? But it generates this really huge long number, and then it uses a table to look up each word that's associated with one of those numbers. So basically, if someone, you know, this, what did I do? I opened back. Okay, whatever. Get back here. Yeah. That's why those words can be easily converted back to a number because of that lookup table, right? That is just an easy way for a human to record this number instead of you getting out a pen and paper and and writing down like a 256 digit number on a piece of paper. It's prone to error. Like, they convert it to these words so that you can understand, and it's easier for you to write down an English word that you recognize, right? But those words can be easily translated into a wallet, and then a person with those words can easily steal your crypto. They are not stealing it out of the device. They are stealing those words from you because you are being tricked into providing them. So don't do it. Right? No one can reach into your ledger and steal your crypto. It's impossible. Can't be done. Right? But they can easily trick you into giving them the seed phrase, which controls all the crypto. Yeah, that's the seed phrase. For God, this is why you should always have more than one exchange. Yes, another great point, Dan. I have access to multiple exchanges, right? Because over time, I just accumulated them, right? You don't want to get caught with your pants down, right? Let's say, you know, I've been in crypto for 3 years and the only exchange account I ever had was a Binance account. And then Binance cut me off. I'd be like beside myself, right? That's why I have a Coinbase account. That's why I have Crypto.com account. That's why I have a Kraken account, KuCoin account. Like, sometimes there's a coin you're after that is not available on the exchanges that you use. So you look around and you're like, okay, so this coin I can only get on Hotbit BTC. All right, so can I open a Hotbit BTC account? Let me see. Right? You're like, okay, what is this Hotbit thing? And you go find it, and you go, you sign up for an account. And most of these only require you to deposit crypto to trade, right? So usually Bitcoin works. You can fund your account with Bitcoin and go to town. And then when you're done, you trade back to Bitcoin and withdraw to your own wallet or back to an exchange and then cash out, right? Like a US exchange like Coinbase or whatever, right? Just keep track of everything you're doing for the tax man and you're good to go. Right? Get cointracker.com and you can track all of your transactions so that when the tax man cometh, you'll have everything documented. Right? Don't be afraid to take profits or trade because you're scared of the IRS. Right? Keep copious records and you'll never have to fear the IRS, will you not? Yeah. Yeah, the crypto is basically on the blockchain, right? That's why anyone with the recovery phrase can steal it. They'll just gain access to that address on the blockchain and move that crypto to their own address, one that they control with their private key.
I love to sleep at night.
Right? The private keys are stored in here, right? So as long as you control the private key and no one else, no one can steal the crypto off the blockchain from your Bitcoin address. Right? They have to get access through your private key. And that's what that seed phrase is. It's basically the private key. Okay, good night, Scott. CZ ordered CP to kick out data on friend. It's allowed Hawaii yet. So this is why you should always have more than one exchange. That's good. I'm just kind of scrolling up. If I missed your question, guys, I'm about to sign out. Please go down below in the video and leave me a comment. Please, please, please. I know you have to type a little bit, but you're typing in the chat window. So if I've missed your question and you're really frustrated and you need my help, then let's go. Where are we doing here? Let's go back up here. If I missed, just go down here to the very bottom and leave me a comment, and I'll deal with it. Right? So I'm about to sign off. So if I didn't get to your question, please leave me a comment. I do go through these live streams the next morning, or the next day usually, and respond to comments from people who need to have an issue, right? So please leave me a comment below, or come back next week. We do it every week, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream, where you can throw out questions. I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you guys there again here next week. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.